There are moments in Parliament that cut straight through the political noise, and what just unfolded between Nigel Farage and Keir Starmer was one of them. Two issues collided in the chamber today: the forgotten story of a Chagossian man facing removal for the second time in his life, and a death threat to a sitting MP that the Prime Minister simply refused to condemn. And Starmer's response? He didn't answer either question. He went after reform instead. Watch this exchange carefully, because what's said, and more importantly what's not said, tells you everything about where British politics stands right now.
Nigel Farage.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. At the age of 14, Michel Mandarin was forcibly removed from his home, the coral atoll of Ile-de-Quoi, dumped on the quayside in Mauritius, forced to live on food scraps out of bins. He has resettled those islands, and yet now faces a removal order from yet another Labour government. So maybe twice in one lifetime, he's going to be asked to leave his homeland. Can I ask the Prime Minister, for a government that is full of human rights lawyers, within and without, why do the opinions and human rights of indigenous Chagossians not matter to him at all?
Prime Minister.
So he has neither the decency nor the backbone to condemn a death threat to a member of this House, whichever party they are in. He doesn't have the decency or the backbone to condemn it and to sack the individual. And that just shows that his party have got nothing to offer the country but grievance and division. Look at their candidate in Gorton and Denton, a man who says anyone who isn't white cannot be English. No wonder he's been endorsed by Tommy Robinson. It doesn't represent our country, and anybody who wants to stand against that hatred and division should vote Labour on Thursday tomorrow in Gorton and Denton.
Let's break this down. Farage raised the case of a 14-year-old boy who was forcibly removed from the Chagos Islands by a British government, dumped on a quayside, left to survive on scraps. That man rebuilt his life, returned to his homeland, and is now facing another removal order, this time under a Labour government. It's a genuinely powerful human story, and it deserved a genuine answer. He got none. Instead, Starmer pivoted hard to a reform candidate in Gorton and Denton, accused of saying that non-white people cannot be English, and threw in a Tommy Robinson endorsement for good measure. Now, those are serious allegations and deserve scrutiny. But here's the problem. Farage also raised something else, a death threat against the sitting MP. And the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, a man who built his entire career on the rule of law, stood at that dispatch box and refused to condemn it. Refused to say the words. That is not a small thing. That is a failure of basic parliamentary duty. When a member of this House receives a death threat, it shouldn't matter which party they belong to. Condemnation should be instant and unconditional. The fact that it wasn't tells you that political point scoring has now completely overtaken basic principle at the top of government. Starmer wanted to make today about reform's extremism, but he handed Farage something far more damaging: the moral high ground. If you found this insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a moment from Westminster.